when this man came home, saw a wounded kitten, and hurriedly took the kitten to a pet hospital. After 2 hours of queuing, the kitten was quickly treated, but when picking up the medicine and he stumped, the treatment fee was as high as 22 pounds. But the man only had a pile of coins. Looking at the disdainful cashier, in desperation he had to take out the living expenses for the next week in exchange for the kitten's health. The next day the man went to sing on the street as usual, but the kitten secretly followed and even boarded the same bus as the man. Every passenger on the bus was attracted by it, and they all showed kind smiles. But the kitten ran straight to the man on the second floor and threw itself into the owner's arms. The man looked surprised, and then placed the kitten in front of the window and sometimes stretched its neck curiously to look around. And after getting off the bus, the kitten looked around alertly with curious eyes, exploring this new world. The man was worried that the kitten would be frightened, so he squatted down and let the kitten jump onto his shoulder. The kitten sat obediently on his shoulder, and this special pair attracted everyone's attention. Passers-by came over and asked to take photos with them. And the man didn't expect that with the kitten's company, his street performance would receive everyone's support and encouragement. From being unnoticed before to now, being surrounded by audience attracted by the kitten, it also brought a lot of tips. After the performance, the two happily high on the street, celebrating that the day's income was more than the past week's. They went to the supermarket together, letting the kitten its favorite canned food by itself. Because of the kitten's addition, the man's life began to get on the right track. In the following days, street singing with kittens is becoming more and more popular. But good times didn't last long. The man's street singing aroused jealousy in some people, deliberately caused and made trouble for him. The onlookers stood up for the man, making the scene extremely chaotic. As a result, the man was banned from streets singing for 6 months. He locked himself in the room for a week. But in order to support himself and the kitten, so he picked himself up again and found a job selling newspapers. With the kitten's blessing, the new job was still very popular. Just by buying a newspaper, you could take a photo with a lovely kitten. Soon they became local internet. Celebrities and even a newspaper wanted to interview them. However, the surge in traffic brought them big trouble again. One day, a woman liked the kitten very much, so she wanted to pay a high price to buy the kitten. The man, of course, disagreed, but the woman started to make a scene. During the dispute between the two sides, the kitten was frightened and instantly dashed away. In the blink of an eye, it disappeared. This scared the man to death, and he quickly chased after it desperately. But he searched every corner of the city, but failed to find the kitten. He was almost crazy with anxiety because for him the kitten was not a pet, but family. A week passed, and the man never gave up looking for the kitten. He had no intention of working and dare not rest, and his spirit was close to breaking down. When he returned home exhausted, he suddenly heard a familiar sound. "Hey, mister, where have you been, hey?" This time the man held the kitten tightly, determined never to lose the kitten again. It was a homeless man, but my cat is not.